Hi, historians of education. This is an introduction to week 3, historiography, the nature of historical research in the history of education. All of the assignments for this unit are due on Thursday, February 9th at 11:59 p.m. Learning objectives for this unit: understand the distinction between primary and secondary sources, understand historiography, and learn a general introduction to the history of education as a field. What is due February 9th at 11:59 p.m. is the assignment, the readings. You're going to watch 4 short videos and do 2 readings on historiography and historical research. There also will be a discussion forum. And then also note that the proposal for the digital resource assignment is due next week on February 9th. Post that on the special link on the discussion page that I just set up. The assignment is not due until the end of the semester, but I wanted you to have chosen a website or podcast or video or whatever it is that you will study for the digital resource assignment by February 9th at 11:59 p.m. So that's what's due then. Also, keep in mind that the Picture Says 1,000 Words assignment is due on Thursday, February 16th, week after next. About that assignment, if you did not let me know of your preferences, whether or not you have a partner, I will put you into pairs sometime this weekend, and I will assign you to an image. A few people have paired up. Make sure that you have decided on what image you want to look at as a pair. There is a list of web links to images at the way bottom of the assignment page, so pick one of those and let me know by email is probably best. All right, about this coming week. The overall goal this coming week is to get you familiar with concepts and practices of historical research. History has certain rules and guidelines and approaches that are important to know, and there are always challenges to those rules, and Howard Zinn, one of the most notable challengers to historical rules in the field. But there are challenges to those rules, but still we all rely on common understandings of history, particularly the differences in use of primary, secondary resources, and the role of historiography. So to get to this understanding, I've assigned the following: 4 videos ranging from 40 seconds long to 3.5 minutes long. Each is on the topic of historiography or primary and secondary sources, and some of them are sort of cute too. And then 2 readings. First, Primary Sources, a reading guide. This is a short 2-page document that I wrote up to help people read primary sources. It's a short paper. It draws from my understanding that the past is often called a foreign country. It's a fun place to visit, but it's not always easy to understand. Or as Amber said in her discussion post this week, writing history is a lot like archaeology. You can either skim the surface or you can continue to keep digging deeper to see what else can be found. To which I'd add that oftentimes historical research is like digging in a sand pit, which is that the more you dig, the more caves in on you on top. Anyway, the idea of this reading guide is to approach historical documents as records from a different world. Try to have fresh eyes when you're looking at historical documents, and if the documents you read frustrate you, think about why that is. I offer you a fun way to experience this by following a link to the Library of Congress Life History page. The second reading is a longer, more thorough academic article on historical research that I wrote specifically for education students that I think you'll find helpful. The current discussion forum this week is going really well. The discussion about history is bunk phrase was especially great. There were great posts about undergraduate history class, the nature of evidence, the historical narratives outside of one's kitchen window, and poetry. So keep it up. For those of you who are having troubles getting into the discussion forum because of your own busy lives, see if you can carve out some time just to focus on the discussion forum. As you can see in many of the posts, there is a lot of thought and reflection going on in these discussion pages. So even though it's homework, it's still quiet time and can be, I think, very useful for you. This class started off slow in terms of assignments, but we're beginning to speed up now. And so my other piece for advice to you is to find one time of day during the week when you can always do your history reading and posting. It can be awkward in an online class to remember that you are actually in a class. Sometimes I have this problem remembering that I'm teaching a class. So it's good to develop tricks or habits that will work for you, that will keep you up with the assignments. So have fun. I'll talk to you later.